yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up shit, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise.
Robbie here, Overland Club of the Philippines and OCP Customs. Today we're going to feature this car, a 2009 Toyota Fortuner that's been set up for off-road use as well as for overlanding. Let's check it out. Starting up front, we have a PF off-road steel bumper, and this provides our frontal protection. And on underneath we also have an ARB under vehicle protection, so that's a skid plate that runs all throughout until the middle of the vehicle, and it protects all of the vital components of the vehicle. Now in the bumper you'll find a 12,000-pound winch with a synthetic rope. This is the winch control box, and here you can connect a wired remote or the wireless controller. You can connect it here as well. This is a camera that provides me with a view of the front, of what's directly in front of the vehicle, especially when you're going through uphill climbs when you're off-road and you need to see what's in front of you. And there's no way to see it from the driver's seat, so this provides additional visibility. Spotlights, these are Light Force Blitz 240 lights. These are 100 watts each. It's the halogen version. They're pretty strong for what they are. Headlights, what we have on the headlights are low beams. They have Kion Sondra LED globes, and these are the stock halogen bulbs. Comms, what you see here, this is an Oricom 3 dBi heavy duty antenna, and this is an AirPro 4.5 dBi antenna. This is connected to the base radio, and it's a 45 watt Cygnus base radio UHF, and this is connected to a handheld Baofeng 8 watt radio. So typically how we use this is connected to the base radio. We use it for convoy comms when we're organizing trips. It's usually a convoy with about maybe 30-40 vehicles or so. So you need to be able to communicate from the front to the back of the convoy. So we use the base radio for that, and it's connected to this one. And then for team comms, because we break the convoy up into smaller groups of about 5 to 6 vehicles each, so there's team 1, team 2, team 3, and so forth. This is the radio antenna that we use for the team communications. All right, so what else do we have here in front? This is a snorkel. I have two heads for the snorkel. I have what they call the bird box head, and I have this one, the ram type head. So it really depends on the conditions. I may change them as I wish. I got the bird box type head when the Taal volcano erupted and there was a lot of ash fall. So I figured it's better to have one that sucks air from underneath. And when you park, if there's ash that falls from the top, it doesn't enter through the snorkel head. However, for general use, this works just as well. Yeah, what else do we have? So over to the side, in terms of protection, these are Monsterworks rock sliders. They just look like ordinary step boards. However, they're actually rock sliders and they're very strong. I've grinded this on rocks. I've rested it on obstacles. If you'll see, there are a lot of battle scars on it, but it held up very well. They're very strong, and I'm very happy with it. What else in terms of protection? Over to the rear, we have a tow hitch, and this is one of my favorite accessories on the vehicle. It's a body armor backbone, and this serves as my rear skid plate. It has seen better days, if you can see that. This is the connection point for when I'm towing a trailer, and this hooks up the taillights, brake lights, and the signal lights when I'm hooked up to the trailer. So I've talked about the Light Force spotlights. These are spotlights, and they're very useful on long highway drives at night. So they project a real good distance, greater than what the high beams could ever throw. So you have that sense of confidence when you're driving at night through a dark highway and you're the only vehicle there. You'll be able to see way farther and avoid obstacles early on. Up there is a 30-inch light bar. It's a combo beam with spots in the middle and floods on the ends, and that serves as my lights when I'm on the trail at night doing night trails. So it provides a pretty good spread of light, and to avoid light glare on the hood and reflecting back over to the driver, it's set pretty far back, and the roof blocks it from getting any glare on the windshield or on the hood. These are additional pod lights, and they provide additional spread of light. So if you notice, they're at an angle because I set it where the beam of light cuts off towards the sides. This will continue it, so I have like a 180-degree fan of light in front given those lights. Additional lighting, I have side lights as well that projects straight to the sides, and this one too. So in essence, when you're driving at night or doing night trails, there's no shortage of light in the short distance as well as long distance. And we also have rock lights. I don't know if you can see it over there. So those are rock lights, so that it illuminates. There's more here, there. Rock lights, and that provides illumination underneath the vehicle. Oh, there's another set here, there, and that provides direct illumination. It illuminates the wheels and tires and directly in front of the vehicle, so that a spotter would easily be able to guide you through obstacles when doing night trails. Because sometimes when we do some overlanding trips, the destinations are really far, and sometimes once we get there, it's already nighttime, and there's a trail that we have to go through before we get to our main destination or to our campsite. So that's the reason why all of those lights are necessary. But then again, we only use these during those situations. Otherwise, during city driving, of course, we only use the stock lights. So lift-wise, we're running full Old Man Emu suspension, front and rear. These are the heavy load springs and nitrocharger shocks. These are the heaviest springs that you would find in the OME catalog for this particular Fortuner, because we're really heavy in terms of weight because of all the armor and all the Overland accessories. So that's why we use the heaviest rated springs for that. I find it that it works really well. I'm very happy with this particular set of suspension, and I'm very happy with how it works. It performs really well, overlanding and off-road, and it provides very good comfort as well. In front, I removed the sway bars, or the anti-roll bars. I've removed them for additional articulation, and surprisingly, it provided additional comfort as well. I've been running it this way for like 5 years. I've had no problems with it, so long as you're conscious about the way you drive, especially during the curves. When you're driving across zigzag roads and curves, you better understand that this is not a sports car, so you shouldn't drive it as such. It's a 4x4 lifted SUV, and it's designed for off-road use, so drive responsibly, especially when you have this kind of setup. Wheels and tires, we are running, the tires are sizes 285/75 R16, so it's technically a 33-inch tire. These are Gladiator X-Comp MT tires. These are Bradley wheels, and these wheels have seen a lot of trail use as well. You'll see a lot of scratches on it. And my favorite part about these wheels are the valve stem is located in between the spokes. So it's actually protected from any rock rash or any obstacles that can potentially snag it. So what I did is I put an L-shaped valve stem so that I'll be able to air up and air down easily through, because it's at an angle. So there. Additional modification on the suspension, we also have an adjustable panhard rod because of the lift. When you lift the suspension this is a 2-inch lift, so when you lift it, it shifts the axle over when you lift it, it shifts over this way because of the angle of the suspension. So you need the adjustable panhard to push it back or adjust the axle so that it pushes back this way so that it's centered once again. This is pretty much a stock engine. So apart from the snorkel that you see here, probably the only other engine modification that I did is this. It's a drift exhaust oil catch can, and it protects the engine from accumulating too much blow-by oil that can potentially get into your intercooler and you don't want any of those nasty stuff recirculating back into the engine. So that's why we have an oil catch can to catch all that excess oil. We still have the stock air box with stock Toyota air filter. And probably the only other extra thing that you'd see here in the engine bay is this. It's a onboard air compressor, and this powers my rear air locker. This line goes to the rear air locker, and it also allows me to air up my tires through this. So I connect an ARB air up kit here. You connect the hose, and then you're able to air up your tires after airing them down, of course, when you go through some trails. That's probably the only thing that I've done to the engine. Other than that, it's all stock, and I prefer that due to reliability. I always travel to distant locations doing overlanding, and then there are trails that we do there. So reliability is of the greatest priority for this vehicle, and I don't want any additional or unnecessary components that can potentially damage the engine. So that's why everything remains just about stock in the engine bay. Oil changes I just use regular mineral oil for this because I prefer to change the oil every 5,000 kilometers, so that I get to lift it on a lifter. I'd be able to see all of the components underneath to see if I have any torn axle boots. Does anything need re-greasing? How's my armor? How's my drive shafts and so forth? Are they all up to snuff and ready for the next trail? So I do that every 5,000 kilometers whenever I do a change oil. I also rotate the tires every 5,000 kilometers because I run mud terrain tires, and that preserves the rubber as much as I can. All right, overlanding gear. So probably the one key item that just about all overlanders have standard on their vehicles is this, an awning. This is an Adventure Kings 2.5 by 2.5 meter awning, and I also have an ARB awning room that can connect to this. So the good thing about the ARB awning room is that it also works with the Adventure Kings awning. So I use the ARB awning room because I like it better compared to the King's awning room because it has better ventilation. The mesh screens are bigger, the windows are bigger, and it just works well. But for the Adventure Kings awning, it comes with a strip light, and that strip light allows me to have light at night. It lights up underneath the awning. However, I also have these lights hooked up, the side lights, this and this, and similarly it's mirrored on the other side. I have that hooked up to my dual battery system, which I'll show in a bit, and this works at night even when the engine is turned off. Let's go over to the other side and we'll show you more. All right, on this side you'll see that is a body armor hard shell tent. So we use this for sleeping, of course, whenever we're at overlanding trips. So this extends out. It's a clamshell design, and it has a lot of room. It's like a queen size bed when you open this. It's very roomy, and yeah, it's worked well for me in all weather conditions. Sunny, windy. It's held up great in windy conditions as well as heavy rains. I've had no problems with it. I'm very happy with it, with this particular tent. If you look closer, this is I've had custom brackets made for me to allow me to use the space between the roof rails and the rooftop tent to put in a lifetime table, a lifetime bench, as well as this is a digging bar, or in Filipino we call it a bareta, and we use this for vehicle recovery and breaking ground when we have to dig through hard packed mud when we're out on the trails, and allow us to get our vehicles through some difficult technical trails. Here, also attached to the rooftop tent, I have my recovery boards up there. So again, another purpose of the body armor backbone is this becomes a step, so I'm easily able to step here, get up and get my my recovery boards through there, and I'm able to extract myself from difficult situations. I also have a shovel right there. It's behind the recovery boards, and I access that also by climbing up through the body armor step, the backbone, and it's hooked up using quick fist clamps so that I'd easily be able to remove the shovel whenever I need to use it for vehicle recovery. All right, so welcome to the back of my rig. So at the back, probably the most glaring modification that you see here is the drawer system. So this drawer system is actually designed for a Jeep Rubicon. I picked this particular version because it's shorter than most of the other drawers that you'd buy in the market. The reason why I wanted something shorter is because I wanted to be able to fit a 50-liter water tank. This is an Ironman water tank that you see here. I wanted to be able to fit this particular water tank, 50 liters, behind my middle row seats and still allow me to be able to recline my middle row seats because my daughter stays there and she sleeps whenever we're out on trails. An upgrade I did to this water tank is I added a breather hose up here so that it doesn't expand and contract whenever you're using the water. This is where the hose is. It's gravity fed, and that's coming from the water tank over there. What else do we have? This is a fridge. It's an Alpicool 40-liter fridge, and the drawer comes with a drawer slide so that it allows me to get stuff from the fridge. On the drawers, this drawer contains my recovery gear, tools, and camping gear like my guy ropes, my pegs, and so forth for the awning. And this contains kitchen stuff like plates, cups, kitchen towels, pots, pans, and other cookware. What else is here? Of course, very important is a fire extinguisher. It should be within reach. Lights. This is I have an additional light that's here, and it provides a lot of illumination here at night. And I also modified the interior dome light. I added another light over here, and I put some yellow tint over it so that if there are a lot of bugs at the campsite, I can turn this off and I turn these on, and that provides yellow light, and the bugs don't seem to be attracted to that compared to white lights. Dual battery system. So here's my dual battery system. This is a 100 ampere hour battery, and it comes with 4 USB ports, and I have 3 cigarette sockets. I have 3, and it also has a 1000 watt pure sine wave inverter, and that'll allow me to run 220 volt appliances, home appliances, anywhere I go. I charge this through a 600 watt inverter that you see there, and it's connected to my alternator. So whenever my engine is on, I can switch on this alternator, and my charger for this particular battery pack runs through the 220 volt outlet of the 600 watt inverter, and it charges my my auxiliary battery whenever I'm driving. And then when I'm out at camp, I connect my solar panels here. I have a variety of solar panel options, total of 300 watts if need be. And I hook it up through these MC4 connectors, and I have probably 25 feet of cable here so that I can move a solar blanket near the sun while my vehicle remains in the shade. All right, the interior is pretty much standard. Apart from this, I changed the head unit to a Navitopia I believe it's a 9-inch head unit, and I run my maps through this, navigation, Waze, Google Maps, Spotify through this. This is my Cygnus base radio. The unit is over here. So this is my Cygnus base radio. That's connected to the big antenna, and then my cable for the other antenna is somewhere there. I only connect it whenever I need it. This is my cell phone stand, magnetic stand, but I'm using my phone to film right now. Other than that, the whole interior is bone stock standard. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about the vehicle and the upgrades that I've done, feel free to ask questions in the comments section below, and I'll get back to you as much as I can. Like and subscribe and follow us in all our social media channels, and join Overland Club of the Philippines to be able to see this live in action and to be able to join us in our events and activities as well. I'll see you guys soon, and see you in the next video. Take care.